to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the title?
By putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting. Yeah, I
put
it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
You put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not.
So let's move on.
Filled
let's
with
move on.
Anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no people that you're making up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do you guys have any more questions
and
for me?
they're going to say,
you guys have any more questions? Because this is going to be a clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
What is going on, basketball fans, and welcome to the first ever episode of the 360 Slam podcast. I'm your host, Abbas AJ Jafri, and thank you so much for joining me on day one of this long journey. That's right, folks. We're here and we're walking today. We're going to take baby steps. Okay, we're taking one step towards our goal, towards our journey, but I need your help. I need your help. I don't want to be walking for long. I don't want to be an old man holding a cane. I want to start running. So I need your help. How? I need you to like, share, but most importantly, subscribe now to this channel. And please share with your friends, your family, with your network, because this podcast is for you. I'm just a regular guy, just like you. I love basketball, just like you. And that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the hot topics of the NBA and get your head swirling a little bit. Get you thinking a little bit. Especially with all the issues that are starting with the NBA this early in the season. I haven't seen it till date. And some sad, some happy, some good, some really bad. And with that said, I really hate to start this first episode on a negative topic, but what can I say? What can I do? My hands are tied. And I'm talking about the Brooklyn Nets. You guys saw before the intro of this video what is going on with the Brooklyn Nets. And Ben Simmons, let me tell you right now, Ben Simmons is the last of their problems. The last of their problems. Okay? And if you thought that the Lakers were a problem, if you thought that what's going on in LA was a problem, that's child's play compared to what's going on in Brooklyn. You see, here's the deal. There's about 3 things right now that's going on in Brooklyn that is causing a lot of issues. Number one is Kyrie Irving, okay? Look, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say, what was on that video, that movie that he shared, or, what it was all about. I personally didn't watch it. But the bottom line is that the NBA, specifically the Brooklyn Nets organization, considers that as hate speech, right? It is. I don't make the rules, but that's what they say. That's what they do. But here's the problem. All the issues that are going on right now in Brooklyn right now, it has to do with management and players. You see, if it was just players not scoring the basket, if it was just not winning games, you could play through it. The coach can create plans, can create plays, and they could score the basket. It's just that simple. But the thing is, that's not the issue right now with the Brooklyn Nets. When you have your owner in Joe Tsai call out your main player, your top point guard on your team in Kyrie Irving, that's a problem. Number one. I don't agree with the method. I think Joe Tsai should have taken him out behind closed doors and talk about it there. I'm not a fan of that approach by calling out your main player because that creates animosity. Okay? I don't even know if Joe Tsai saw the video. Because anti-Semitism is not tolerated at all in the NBA. Okay? So I don't know if he watched the video or not, or maybe he saw something or somebody told him. But the bottom line is that the way he handled that was terrible. Now there's friction between owners and the players. Now we know that Kyrie Irving has issues in the past. He has skeletons. He has ghosts. He's got goblins. Happy Halloween, y'all. But the problem is that when you accentuate that, when you add to that by calling him out on Twitter, like the way Joe Tsai did, that's a recipe for disaster and something that cannot be fixed. Can't be fixed. Can't be fixed. I know Kyrie has his baggage. I know he had his issues last season. And I know there's something always going on with Kyrie Irving ever since he won that championship with LeBron in Cleveland. But the bottom line is that you can't do that. You can't call him out like that. Number one. But with Kyrie, the problem is that this issue is now more than basketball. He lives in Brooklyn, New York. Right? New York has a huge Jewish population. So what I'm trying to say is that there's bad apples in every orchard. Every orchard. Every bunch has its own bad apples. So when you promote something like anti-Semitism, whether you wanted to or not, people are not going to take it the right way. And unfortunately, when I mean bad apples, I mean violent bad apples. Kyrie's safety might be in jeopardy here, folks. So with that said, I don't see how Kyrie Irving can continue in the NBA. This is bad, y'all. This is not team specific. This is league wide. No team will want to tolerate a player who adds to anti-Semitism. They don't want that. And I'm not saying if Kyrie did that or not. I didn't watch the movie, but the bottom line is that the league sees that video, that movie, as anti-Semitic. And they're united across the board. And when owners and the league commissioner are united on one issue, it becomes impossible to get over that. So the NBA Kyrie Irving needs to really look himself in the mirror here and say, is it worth it? Is it worth it? That's number one. Number two is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is dropping his usual 30. I think he's averaging 32 right now. Typically, that 32 goes a long way. But it's like he's just dropping a normal 32, if that makes sense. Like his 32 points per game are not doing anything. Because it looks like Kevin Durant out there is just disengaged. He's not interested in what's going on. And when you're disinterested and you're not engaged, you're not going to add value to the team that you once did 2 years ago against Giannis and the Bucks in the second round, where if it wasn't for a toe, Brooklyn would be going to the conference finals against Atlanta and most likely going to the finals. That Kevin Durant is not around right now. Why? Because, of course, what happened in the offseason. He wanted to be out. Now, I know that they might have spoken behind closed doors and they might have solved it amongst each other. But the bottom line is that the stuff that Kevin Durant wanted, that stuff sticks. He wanted his coach and his GM fired, gone. He didn't want to play for them anymore. Again, I don't know what was discussed behind closed doors. And maybe they were able to talk it out. But I don't care. That stuff sticks in the back of your mind. You think Steve Nash can get over that? You think Sean Marks can get over that? It's hard. It's hard. And Kevin Durant looks like a player who doesn't want to play anymore. He might show you one or two glimpses here and there of the old Kevin Durant, but it's not there. It's not there. That's problem number 2. Problem number 3 in Brooklyn right now is the coach, Steve Nash. I love Steve Nash. As a player, he was fun to watch. He was great to watch. Led those Phoenix Suns to their success. Part of the NBA 75 team, 75th anniversary team. Great ball handler, quick, basketball IQ through the roof. But he has no coaching experience, and now it is biting them in the butt. The only experience he had before becoming a coach was that he was the general manager of Canada's national team. And then he moved on to a senior advisor role. But he was never a coach. And he goes directly to coach to an NBA team? There are college coaches who did not do well going from college to the NBA. And you have a player who's never coached in his life go directly to an NBA team and to coach the likes of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant? Yeah, they might have signed off on it. But do you think they regret it? Wouldn't put it past them. Wouldn't put it past them. And that's the problem. See, I'm not saying Kevin Durant was right. Kevin Durant in no way, shape, or form was right in trying to get him fired. Because now you're dealing with the guy's family. You are dealing with a guy's family. The way his family eats. That's not the same thing as saying somebody's unqualified. It's not. It's not. Steve Nash is not qualified, especially after that Pacers loss, where he said there was no drive. They seemed disinterested. He used these words that are direct shots to his players.
Steve, going into tonight's game, we talked about it being important to build on that defense and getting back to your habits and getting to your good spots. How would you just describe the defensive effort and the mindset of the team tonight?
It was a disaster. I mean, how else do you say it? I mean, I didn't see the will, didn't see the desire, or the connectivity necessary to get stops and get rebounds.
That's a person who's lost the room. And Steve Nash, in my estimation, should not be the coach of the Brooklyn Nets anymore. It's bad, y'all. It's bad in Brooklyn. It's bad. These 3 issues, man. You got Kyrie with his anti-Semitism controversy. You got Durant, who won his coach and his GM gone and is now playing like a guy whose 30 points don't even matter anymore. And you have Steve Nash, who is not qualified to coach an NBA team. What's going to happen? Kyrie, I don't see him going anywhere else because nobody wants that baggage. KD needs to be traded. Steve Nash needs to be gone. It's just not working out. Sean Marks really, really needs to evaluate his roster because you have owners involved now. Okay? You have owners involved now. That's no joke. That is a chemistry destroyer. And that's what's happening in Brooklyn. They have a game tonight in Indiana. By the time this podcast gets released, that game would have been over. So I don't know if they won or lost, but even if they won, guys, it's one game. There's still a long way to go. Still a very, very long way to go. Speaking of long ways to go, let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. It's players having to play through what they're going through. That's it. And it seems as though, with Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, Darvin Ham has figured out something. That was an impressive win against Denver at home. Ever since Russ has been coming off the bench, he's been a plus 18, and he's been averaging 18 points per game. That's better than 0 for 11. And the thing is with Russ, I see two things. Number one, I think when he saw, I believe it's Brown Jr., Troy Brown Jr. started over him against Denver, a guy who you probably never heard of until now, started over Russell Westbrook, a Hall of Famer, triple-dub king, NBA 75th anniversary team member. He started over that guy. Russ, I bet you took that as motivation. I bet you. And he took that and has been playing well. Props to Darvin Ham. I think full credit goes to Darvin Ham about this. 100%. He had a set. He had a set to tell Russell, sorry, man, you're coming off the bench. And that was a blessing in disguise. You know why? I'll tell you why. In OKC, when Kevin Durant left, who became the MVP next year? Russell Westbrook. He led them to the playoffs. Why? Because they're young guys. Russell Westbrook flourishes when he doesn't play with superstars. LeBron is on the team, AD's on the team. I'm not talking about that. This is what I'm referring to. When the second unit comes on, they're young guys. They're not superstars. It's very, very similar to what Russ had in OKC. So what does that mean? That means that he's familiar with that style of play. He is the leader of that second unit. Every play goes through him, and that's what he wants. And that's when we found out, when I found out that Russ was going to LA, man, oh Manny. Man, oh Manny, did that not look good? Didn't look good. Why? Because LeBron's ball dominant. LeBron needs the ball in his hands. So does Russ. So does Russ. And we see that in the second unit when they come on. And it's been working. It's been working. They won one game. I'm not saying plan the parade. But I'm saying that things are going upwards for LA after you saw that win. I mean, Russell Westbrook was smiling, y'all. He was smiling. When he did that left-handed layup, he goes, look, I can still do it. Y'all like me still? I can still do it. So things are trending in a positive direction for the Lakers, I think. It's been 2 games since Russell Westbrook has been coming off the bench. 1 game they lost, 1 game they won. And we'll see what happens. It's kind of the opposite of what's going on in Brooklyn right now, where things seem to be trending in a negative direction, but things seem to be trending in a positive direction for the Lakers. Again, props to Darvin Ham. Props to Russell Westbrook as well for kind of accepting that role and playing better. And you can see in his face. Speaking about LA, let's start talking about the Clippers. Man, basketball is a funny story, isn't it? You had the Lakers, who nobody thought was going to do well. I mean, some people, look, let me say it like this. If you thought that the Lakers were going to do well compared to what you saw last year, based on what? It's the same team. Sure, you got rid of some old guys and you put in some new guys. You know, you got Kendrick Nunn back. Austin Reeves is playing very well. But nobody thought that they're going to do well. Clippers, on the other hand, people had them in the conference finals. Again, it's early, guys. I know, it's early. It's very early. But I got to go by what I'm seeing. I have to. I have no choice. Okay? Kawhi works his butt off during the offseason to get his knee right. And y'all seen the pictures. He looks jacked. He looks jacked. His knee looks great, especially when he played against the Lakers. Played in the second quarter, came in the second quarter, boom, 2 baskets in a row. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. But now knee management? What is that? What is that? Like, don't have him. I'm not saying put him in the starting lineup and have him play 40 minutes. Manage his minutes like you did against the Lakers and other games after that. Knee management. He's out of the lineup altogether after working that hard in the summer. Give me a break. And they're losing games. They're missing open shots. And what we thought for the Lakers is what's going on for the Clippers. And the Lakers seem to be trending in a positive direction, as I mentioned. So the Clippers, Tyronn Lue needs to really assess his players here. I think what would be good is that he kind of played a Darvin Ham type situation. Look, Kyrie is your number one guy. I get it. He's a superstar. But when he came off the bench and plays a limited amount of minutes, it works. It works. So why have you stopped doing that? Yeah, when they got smoked by Phoenix the next game, Kawhi played us there as well. But again, the Lakers are different than the Phoenix Suns. But that doesn't mean that you don't keep going with it. Consistency is key. The best way for Kawhi to be Kawhi that he was before he joined the Clippers is to play more. Kawhi's stock has dropped, y'all. His stock has dropped. The only way to get that stock back up is to win games. Win games. Play games. Just play. It's not that hard. It's still early, but, we know all about load management. Now a new thing started called knee management. You got me there, man. When I read that, I was like, okay. Sure. Whatever that means. But both LA teams right now are on track for something that we could have never predicted. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Speaking of interesting, what is going on in Portland? And I mean that in the most positive way possible. Kudos, man, to what the Portland Trailblazers are doing right now. Tied for first, 5-1 with Phoenix. It's tremendous. It's a great story so far. See, look. Dame is going to do what he's going to do. It's Dame time. He's averaging 31 per game. Nurkic is playing a perfect role game. A perfect role type player right now. He's averaging 13 and 12. Exactly what he's supposed to. Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, great players for them right now as well. They're playing their roles as well. And Shaedon Sharp, the young guy from Canada, shout out. That kid's got hops. So everybody's playing their role right now. But Anthony Simons is special, y'all. Anthony Simons. See, this kid turned heads at the slam dunk contest. Whatever kind of contest that was, but he was there. And then last year, he averages 17 per game. Again, the heads are still turned looking towards him. But this year, can I interest you in almost 21 points per game? Can I interest you in 91% free throw shooting? Can I interest you in a 15 PER? He, for me, is the catalyst in all of this. What we're seeing in Portland right now, again, those players who I mentioned before, Anthony, are playing their role. They're playing great. Dame is leading it. Dame's smiling after a long time. They say patience is a virtue. Maybe this is what Dame was looking for all along. And you know what? Maybe he deserves it. But Anthony Simons is the key to all of this. He dropped 29 against Denver. Which Denver? That Denver who some say will come out of the Western Conference and go to the finals. That Denver. Which Denver? The Denver that has Jokic on it. Jamal Murray. That Denver. Anthony Simons dropped 29 on them. It's time for y'all to pay attention to Anthony Simons. Bottom line. It's time for y'all to look at the Portland Trail Blazers. Now it's early. I'm going to keep repeating this. I know I've said this maybe 10 times in this podcast, but I don't care. I don't care. It's early. But it's great. It's great to see so far. Man, this league has been crazy. I've never seen this much parity in the league for a very long time, and it's so fun to watch. Anything can happen on any given night. Competition is through the roof right now. Yes, there's favorites every year, but more times than not, it seems as though that there's a very definitive favorite, like the Golden State Warriors, right? For example. Oh, Golden State's winning it all. There's no doubt about it. Miami back in the day, although they lost 2 of 4, but they were the heavy favorites every year. We don't see that this year. Yeah, a lot of people think that Golden State is going to repeat. So do I. I'll get into my predictions in a little bit. But the parity in this league is why we watch this league. This is what's been missing for a very long time. A very long time. And it's so fun to watch. As an NBA player, as an NBA fan, it's fun to watch these players play the way that they are. And the fact that any team can win on any night is always fun to watch. It's always fun to watch. Now, let's get into our predictions. 2 more segments to go. Let's get into our predictions. For the MVP, actually, I got to pull this out. Let me pull this out. Give me 1 sec. I want to make sure I don't mess this up, y'all. For my MVP, I got Giannis. Giannis has been out of this world so far. He is balling. I know Luka is leading the points right now, but Giannis, he looks like championship Giannis back again. And this is without Chris Middleton, by the way, folks. That's why I got Giannis right now in the MVP. Defensive Player of the Year, I got Rudy Gobert. Rookie of the Year, it's Paolo Banchero right now. Like that kid is putting up LeBron rookie numbers, man. LeBron rookie numbers. Congratulations to the Orlando Magic for picking him. Most improved, I got Jalen Brunson from New York. He's playing well. He's playing very well. Sometimes you just need to let go and be free to play as well as you do. And that's what Jalen Brunson is doing. He needs to leave Dallas, lead a team, and he's showing it so far. Although they lost to Cleveland the other night, blew a lead. But still, he's playing very well. In the finals, NBA Finals, I got Bucks, Warriors, and the Warriors repeating in 6. I got Bucks and Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. I got Warriors and Suns in the Western Conference Finals. Bucks coming out of the East, Warriors coming out of the West. Warriors repeating as champs in 6 games. So that's what I got right now for predictions. Let's see. Mad early. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's get into something a little fun right now. A new segment that I'm going to introduce. It's called Oh, the Disrespect. Oh, the Disrespect. I'm going to show you about 5 dunks right now. Poster dunks, the top dunks that I think have been so far in the league. And this is going to be a weekly segment. It's going to be something weekly that we see every week, right? Oh, the Disrespect. Poster dunks for me are things that always get me out of my seat. So I thought I'd share with y'all. Oh, the Disrespect. 5 poster dunks that have happened so far. Top 5 in my estimation that have happened in the league so far. Here we go. Let's go. Let's see here. First we got Bobo. Oh, Bobo. Oh, the Disrespect. Bobo don't care over Mason Plumlee. You showing Bobo? Oh, the Disrespect by Bobo. Bobo again don't care. Bobo don't care. Sorry, Bobo. That was a good dunk, but you're on the receiving end of this one, man. Jared Allen. Let's see here. Right down the middle. No, Kevin Love. Inside to Jared Allen. And Jared Allen. Boom! Throws it down. Oh, the Disrespect. Sorry, Bobo. Had to do it to you, man. But that was dirty. Oh, Jared Allen with the Disrespect. Let's see it one more time. Woo! Next, we got my man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who I think is the MVP. Leading the charge. Here we go. Oh, Mitchell Robinson, move out of the way. Oh, the Disrespect. Oh, my God. That was mean, y'all. Yep, finances, you better celebrate. Yep, here we go. Look at this view right here in your living room. Boom! Giannis. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, the disrespect. Yep, mean mug, boy. Look at his brother. Now, Donovan Mitchell, man, he's been playing out of his mind so far. Cleveland has been out of their mind. What a pickup. What a pickup, man. This is exactly what Donovan Mitchell needed. What the head fake? Donovan Mitchell. Oh, my goodness. Over Luke Cornett. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, the disrespect. Let's see that again. Show me another clip. Yes, head fake. Luke Cornett, what are you thinking? Oh, Duncan. Yup. Apropos. Oh, the disrespect. And finally, Jaylen Brown coming down your lane with the steal coming down. Donovan Mitchell in his way. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, the disrespect. Jaylen Brown with perhaps the poster of the year, folks. and he told Donovan Mitchell he's gonna make this into a poster as well. Oh my God! Look at this. Here we go. Up. Oh my! Donovan didn't even get up. He's like, I'm not gonna do this. But sorry, Donovan, you're on the poster. So that's just disrespectful. Y'all. Anyways, there you have it, folks. Thank you again for being with us, being with me on the first episode of the 360 Slam podcast. It's first of many. This is going to be weekly. This was November 1st. I'm dropping it. My goal is to drop it every Monday morning so that when you're on your way to school or on your way to work, you can listen to me, listen to this podcast, and we'll go from there. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends and your families. I'm out. This is Abbas AJ Jafri. Peace.